familiar with the manosphere. I've done panels with several people from the manosphere in their space, and I've had some people from the manosphere, some more controversial figures in the manosphere, over to my channel for interviews as well. And I've definitely heard this high value man conversation. It's an interesting conversation to me, mostly because it seems that they self-determined what high value is, and the barometer for it is, in my opinion, very superficial and low. I think they equate being a high value man to being educated, to having a good income. And really, that's it, right? And they make a distinction between high value men, which they consider to be like educated lames, and low value men, which they consider to be kind of what they call Pookie and Ray Ray. I think this is interesting because no more than a woman can be defined as high value by her physical appearance alone can a man be deemed as high value simply because he has an income or an education. Right. There are superficial ways to pick a partner, like surface ways to pick a partner, but then there's the meat of it, right? So a man who has no moral ethics, a man who is not able to run a family, a man who is emotionally stunted, can have all the education and all of the money, but it would not make him high value. You would be better off with somebody who has less, but has a more solid overall emotional, social, and moral structure. So I find that in the conversations I hear in the manosphere, that socio-moral structure is completely left out. And also, I noticed a lot of these conversations are centered around how much access to women and sex a man can get, and whether or not that makes them high value, which is something else I find rather interesting. Simply being able to be promiscuous, right? And to get women who will pick you on a superficial level because you have something they want access to, and labeling yourself high value because of that, I think is oxymoronic in its nature. Things that are basically able to be acquired by many people aren't valuable, right? So I think as men and women, we don't get to judge the value of ourselves. Like, we have a say so in, like, I hold myself to high esteem, but at the end of the day, it's whether or not other people who also are valuable view you as valuable, right? If a bunch of people who are undesirable think that you're valuable, I would say your value is very low. It's, can you acquire those individuals who in their own right have a full package to be interested in you? And also, who is considering you high value, right? If you have a bunch of beautiful ditzy-headed women with no head on their shoulder that consider you high value, I don't know if that's a high compliment. If a bunch of other men tell you you're high value, I don't know if that's beneficial unless you're trying to be in a relationship with them. So I think it's nuanced. And I think the manosphere, obviously, in a lot of their conversations around this topic, I've heard that they lack the nuance for engagement in adult conversation surrounding what being a high value man is.